Justin Tucker will kick it off. We are underway in the Charm City. Darius Jennings, deep man. Tucker booms it over his head, and it's coming out to the 25-yard line. The Patriots in the second half. Second playoff win in the last 16 seasons. Hand it to Henry, the NFL's leading rusher, at a modest gain of a yard and a half. 2nd and 9, play fake. Tannehill being chased down, and he connects with Michael Pruitt. Another tight end for Tennessee, and he picks up a first down, 15 yards through the air after making the quarterback switch, and a lot of explosive plays. Handoff. Henry runs into a crowd, and the pile is carried for 4 yards going up the gut. Henry remains in the backfield on a 2nd and 6. A.J. Brown, the motion man. Tannehill. The toss, and quickly swallowed up. Marcus Peters running over to hit Henry. Play clock winds down.
And winds out.
We'll hear from Bill Vinovich, veteran referee.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
From the gun. Tannehill steps up, delivers downfield, and it's incomplete. A.J. Brown, the intended receiver. Jimmy Smith, part of that star-studded secondary, and a Pro Bowler for the 3rd time in his 12-year career. Not much of a rush. DeAnthony Thomas is the deep man, angling over, bounces over his head, and Kern does it again. Flag down inside the 5. Titans track it down.
This is going to be first man to touch the ball had been out of bounds.
Illegal touch. Kicking team number 29. The foul occurred inside the 5-yard line. That results in a touchback. First down on the 20.
Now you can see just how far out of bounds Crookshank is.
Ingram, as they work out of the pistol. Nobody ran this formation more in the NFL than Baltimore. Jackson, pump fake. Jackson looking to run. Takes it to the other side. And forced out of bounds. This is what Mike Vrabel talked about. Make him run laterally.
He throws and also let him run the RPOs that he does so well. And this is pretty good too.
It's Jackson darting upfield for a first down. RG3, Derrick Henry, Marcus Mariota, the others. On a give. Ingram spun down immediately. Titans were ready for him. No gain on the play. Who was part of the Super Bowl champion Ravens, now in his 13th year. Jackson sells the fake, tosses, on time. He hits Andrews, 12 yards, and a first down. Coverage from Kevin Byard. Greg Roman puts a lot on him. Motion man Boyle, give, Gus Edwards. Edwards takes it into Tennessee territory. And the Ravens in business at the 36-yard line. Give it to Edwards and trip. As he gets back to the line of scrimmage, that's it. 2nd and 10 for Baltimore. Opening drive for the Ravens after the Titans were forced to punt. Jackson tosses high and intercepted. Off the deflection, it's Kevin Byard. And the Titans come up with a turnover. Mark Andrews, it bounced off his hands. 31-yard return with a flag down.
Logan Ryan in chase position here, but you can see.
After the interception during the return. Personal foul. Offense, number 8. Grasped in the helmet opening. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
Wow, it's Jackson called on the twirl down.
Yeah, it was a horse collar tackle.
Opening quarter. Tannehill on a give. Henry is brought down after the gain of 3.5. Gene Steratore, so bonus yards for Tennessee and a 2nd and 7 now for the Titans. A steady diet of Henry. First down run. Henry's a battering ram. He picks up 10. He was met, though. He was held in check October of 2018. 7 carries, 21 yards. Henry's got a running lane, and Henry falls forward for 8.
Tremendous push from the offensive line against this huge defensive line of the Ravens.
Henry again. Straight ahead. A dive for half a yard. Communicate if we feel it's 4-down territory. Tannehill. Out of the pocket. Tannehill gets to the line, and he's got a first down. Flag down at the end of the play. Owasso came over for the Ravens.
Foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense number 48. Half the distance of the goal. Automatic first down.
First and goal for Tennessee. They're thinking touchdown right now on a give for Henry. And the second effort gets him inside the 5. Picks up 2 on the play. They tend to cash in when they get to this part of the field. Inside the 5 on a second and goal. Rush coming. Tannehill has to eat it. Earl Thomas, after posting 0 with the Seattle Seahawks. Third and goal, but back it up to the 12. Tannehill tosses, end zone. Oh! Jonnu Smith, touchdown! Spectacular grab!
Brilliant one-handed catch in the back of the end zone, fighting with Carr there. The left hand goes out. Does he control it before he's out of bounds?
Well, the fans just got to look at it.
That left cheek may have been down. One left cheek works like 2 knees, right?
Gene Steratore, of course, with us here in the booth. He's watching these replays as we are. All scoring plays reviewed. This was a quick review, and it has been confirmed. Touchdown on the field. Tannehill to Jonnu Smith on red zone drives. Plus 97 first quarter margin in the regular season. Joseph kicks it off to Anthony Thomas. This is returnable. The former Chief is ridden down at the 25-yard line. Biggest in franchise history. Jackson on a give. Ingram, nice cut. Comes up just short of the 30-yard line. Jackson. Step and fire. Hits his man, Willie Snead. And he's got a first down out across the 35-yard line. They pick up 6 through the air. Broke Michael Vick's record for rushing yards in a year by a QB. And Jackson takes it across the 40 for 4. Touched by Rashaan Evans as Jackson was going down. And the Titans in front, 7-0. Quick give to Ingram. And forward progress will get him 2. Trust Lamar Jackson. 3rd and 5. It's going to be short of the line to gain. Seth Roberts. Only 2 losses this year to Kansas City and to the Browns. Jackson trying to get there. Oh, this is really close, but the initial look is short.
But right in the middle of that, remember we were just talking about Jeffrey Simmons. Well, Simmons defeated a double team.
It's short.
And that's the first time the Ravens have failed to convert a 4th and 1 all season.
Between the center and the guard. About as good a start as you could have for Tennessee. Tannehill looks for the home run ball. Separation. Khalif Raymond hauls it in. Touchdown, Titans.
Wow.
A deep one, 45 yards.
Khalif Raymond is 5'8" and extremely fast. Great move there on Humphrey. Watch him lay out and catch the ball with his fingertips for the score. Another spectacular touchdown reception for the Tennessee Titans. The ball right into his hands.
Dan Raymond missed the last 2 games, including the playoff game with a concussion. Extra point for Joseph. Rush anything. Play your game as Joseph kicks it off to DeAnthony Thomas. Thomas finds an opening, and he's hit from the side as he crossed the 25-yard line. That's where the Ravens will take over. First down for Baltimore. Fake it. Jackson turns and floats it. Dropped by Seth Roberts. In those last 12 games of the regular season. Jackson. There's the fake, but the Titans harness him in with Correa, the former Raven. Play clock is winding down. Jackson, sideline route. And it was caught, but by a defensive player who was not in the game, Anthony Levine. Marquise Brown.
Way wide.
So it's Sam Cook. Had only 40 punts this season because the Ravens were so good on offense. Khalif Raymond, fair catch called for after the 44-yard kick. Titans take over at the 28 on a give for A.J. Brown. Takes it to the outside, cuts it upfield, and Brown, the rookie from Mississippi, who has put together a fantastic year. Early part of the game plan, he just had one target against New England. Handoff, Henry hurdles for a first down. New set of downs for Tennessee. Rush coming, Tannehill, deep one, incomplete. He rainbowed that ball over Tajay Sharp's head. Dennis Kelly in, extra offensive lineman on 2nd and 10. Henry gets blown up in the backfield. Brandon Williams engulfs King Henry, a loss of 4. They press the line, Tannehill from the gun. Protection holds up initially. Tannehill, pump and throw, and he just sails it to the sideline. 4th down. Brett Kern on to kick it away to DeAnthony Thomas, standing at the 15 for Baltimore. No rush. High kick. Bounces through the end zone, out to the 20-yard line with a flag thrown at the 31. A 63-yard punt, but a net of 43.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 31. 10-yard penalty from the 20-yard line. Baltimore ball, first down, timeout.
And it's one of their special team aces, Brendan Trawick, offensively, Dan.
And it doesn't help that this is their 4th possession, and they've started backed up on each one of them.
Ingram. Take the handoff. Jackson accelerates.
Strongly.
Gus Edwards in. Jackson doesn't give it to him. Instead throws. Incomplete. Trying to hit Seth Roberts. And there were a number of Titans defenders in the general vicinity. 2nd and 10. Getting back out here. He got booed. The team got booed last year in that loss to LA. Knocked away on the floater to the sideline. Greg Roman trying to dial something up to get this offense going. Jackson steps and throws. Wide open, caught at the 42 by Marquise Brown. 25th overall pick. First down. Jackson keeps. And not much there. Jackson looking for a flag. Fans looking for a penalty as well. Jeffrey Simmons against Philadelphia a little bit with Carson Wentz. Knocked him out of the game. On a give to Ingram, turns it upfield. And Ingram picks up 3. 3rd and 6. Jackson slings it to Mark Andrews. First down, Ravens inside the 30. 16-yard hookup. They go with a more traditional look with Jackson under center. Fake it, play action. Jackson downfield, and it was held up there for quite a while. Marquise Brown in a matchup with Adoree Jackson, and Jackson steps in front to knock it away. December the 1st with a foot injury and looked good last week in the win over New England. Fake it, Jackson tries to circle, Titans are ready for him, and he gets drilled by the veteran Logan Ryan. For Lamar Jackson, he said it's like high school when someone just looks faster than everybody else, except Jackson's doing it at the NFL level. Drop ball, Willie Snead. The most accurate kicker in NFL history puts the Ravens on the board. Made it out of the truck. Kickoff from Tucker. Jennings, return man. Can take this one out. And gets belted at the 19-yard line by Anthony Levine Sr. Off mode for an extended period of time. Fake it. On the boot. Smith gets leveled by Earl Thomas. No gain on the play. Baltimore 14-3. The Titans in front. Handoff, Henry. Henry takes it to the outside. Oh, the stiff arm twice on Thomas, and he's out of bounds. First down run for Derrick Henry, the 46-yard line. A jump on that left side from Taylor Lewan. And here's Vinovich.
False start. Offense number 77. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Last week, second highest all-time percentage in the playoffs behind just Eric Dickerson. Floater, caught by Henry. And he's hit down low by Justin Ellis, the man called Jelly. It happens.
No peanut butter.
2nd and 7. Henry, he was met at the hole after he gains a yard. He tried a zigzag move and couldn't get around Michael Pierce and Josh Bine. A huge 3rd down here with 2:48 to play, first half. Tannehill on 3rd and 6. Out of the pocket. Tannehill delivers downfield. And it's dropped. Nearly caught by Corey Davis. For a moment there, it looked like it was going to be picked off. Tyus Bowser. Thomas lets it bounce, and a wise decision. Touchback. 50-yard punt, a net of 30. Ravens will have it at the 20-yard line. Ravens have all 3 timeouts remaining, 2.5 to go. First half, Jackson out of his own end zone hits Willie Snead for a 5-yard pickup.
Moderate was how it was described. As you can see, has that wrap on there. We'll get something official at halftime for his status, fellas.
Justice Hill, who's in, replacing Ingram, takes it.
A nice catch on that low pass.
Hill's the rookie out of Oklahoma State. Jackson looks. Jackson fakes and throws it away. So a minute 47 to work with here. 2nd and 10 for Baltimore. All 3 timeouts, but the Titans have all 3. Do get the ball to start the second half after deferring. Lamar Jackson hit by Correa. See to use another one of those timeouts. 3rd and 16. Nope, they're going to throw it. Jackson hits his man, Seth Roberts.
Jackson with a beautiful throw.
The drive continues. Jackson out of the pocket. Jackson looking for the angle. Now will toss it downfield and almost hits the rookie Justice Hill. Incomplete. Rookie from Notre Dame, 3rd round pick, number 80, checks in. Jackson squeezes it to Marquise Brown. Ravens trailing 14-3. 1 minute to play in this first half. Willie Snead trying to break away from Logan Ryan. Trying to work quickly here. Jackson from the gun. Jackson steps forward and will run to the outside. Jackson turns the corner on Evans for a first down. And now the Ravens in Tucker range, and they still have 30 seconds to work with. Jackson brought down. Jarrell Casey forces Baltimore out of field goal range. Right now they're looking at a 64-yard attempt. Jackson trying to get back the yards, and he does on the hit to Justice Hill. It'll be 3rd down after picking up 5. Kevin Byard with the tackle. Right now they're looking at a 60-yard field goal. 3rd and 14. Jackson airs it out into a crowd. Oh! Marquise Brown! Hollywood! The one thing you can't do is take a sack. Jackson on 1st and goal. Jackson stays upright. And he tosses it into the crowd. Tossed it away. It's a 22-yard attempt. Chip shot for Tucker. As time expires in this first half, Baltimore cuts into the Tennessee lead 14-6.
If he can't go, that puts the onus on Gus Edwards and Justice Hill. But Lamar Jackson with a great drive at the end of the half to get 3 points.
Anthony Thomas is forced along the sideline.
They found something in that final drive. They're looking for chunk plays out of the gate.
Evan, only the 2nd time this season they did not have a touchdown in the first half. The first was at Kansas City, which was a loss in September.
Executed by Jackson, especially on 3rd downs.
Jackson has attempted 23 passes. Tannehill has attempted 10. Jackson, the hard cut to the outside off the juke move. Long one for the Ravens. Jackson, shotgun, rush. He gets around it. Jackson trying to get there. And he's right at that line. Rashaan Evans on the neck area. on the tackle. It is a first down for Baltimore. Jackson throws it. Incomplete, broken up. Nick Boyle had 64 catches for 852 yards and 10 touchdowns, dealing with an ankle injury. Ingram back. Good second effort. Mark Ingram wouldn't go down on first contact. And he carries it to the 41-yard line. The combination of Byard and David Long bring him down. And Hurst are both on the field for Baltimore. Hurst, the motion man. Jackson, sidearm toss to Marquise Brown. And he's hit at midfield for a gain of 9. Man through Austin Johnson got him from midfield on a first down. Jackson, plenty of time. Broken up. Boykin, the intended receiver, and Adoree Jackson is there once again for Tennessee. In this third quarter, Tennessee leads the Ravens 14-6. Winner goes to the AFC Championship game. Jackson cannot turn the corner, and a flag thrown as he picks up 4. Rashaan Evans.
Holding. Offense number 89. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
And it's Mark Andrews, the guilty party for Baltimore. Keith Brown is back in there for Baltimore. Shotgun on 2nd and 17. Jackson on the move. Jackson breaks to the clear. Jackson turns on the speed and a somersault to the 27.
He's trying to fight through it on the sideline. He's a big part of this running game, guys.
Here's Jackson on first down. Jackson downfield, and he puts it over the head of Marquise Brown. 11th play of the drive, 3rd straight drive where they've had double-digit plays. And Jackson puts it on the money to Hayden Hurst. He works those tight ends and has so much trust in them. Kevin Byard from the pistol. Handoff, Gus Edwards runs into a wall and did not get there. Comes up just short. And Jackson is going to come up short again. Tried to run it inside, doubled back the other way. They are 0 of 2 on 4th and shorts tonight. Harold Landry and Kevin Byard.
A quarterback sneak as you'll ever see. Look at the penetration by the white shirts of Tennessee. They absolutely beat the Ravens at the punch there. Simmons one of them, and then Landry cleans everything up.
Building confidence. They've got a 14-6 lead now on the road, and they hand it to Derrick Henry.
And they're going to get a whole
protecting an 8-point lead. 2nd and 5. Henry again. Henry weaves through. And it's a 3.5-yard gain for Derrick Henry. On 1. Hand to Henry. Henry handles the contact, and there goes Derrick Henry. Henry has got major speed for a big man, and he takes it inside the 10. Size, speed, imposing.
Block here by the tight end, Jonnu Smith, and then the little tiny crack that Henry gets through. He bounces off the initial tackle, and then there's that 4.5 speed for a guy that weighs 245 pounds.
On and the Ravens pay. 1st and goal for Tennessee. To the bell cow, Henry. Falls forward, hit by Wormley for Baltimore. Dion Lewis comes in. 2nd and goal. Tannehill hooks a pass. Incomplete. Darius Jennings, the intended receiver. Direct snap. Henry, jump pass. Oh, trickery. Corey Davis, touchdown Tennessee. The razzle-dazzle for the Titans.
Execution by Henry. Look at that soft toss up over the top to Davis in the back of the end zone, beating Earl Thomas.
Derrick Henry just pulled a Tebow.
And he's done it before. He did this in high school. Could not have thrown it any better.
Comes through for the Titans. What can he do? Extra point curves through.
Arthur Smith talking to him on the sideline. Brilliant play design and brilliant execution.
The Ravens are now in a 21-6 hole. Jackson tries to sidestep. And Jackson loses the ball. Titans got on it quickly. Jarrell Casey the hit.
Simmons has got it.
And Tennessee takes over. Jeffrey Simmons, the rookie, on the recovery. And this is falling apart at the seams for Baltimore.
Well, the pressure from Casey right there almost gets Jackson, comes back around, gets the strip sack, and then at the bottom of the pile, you see Simmons pull the ball away from Ronnie Stanley for the recovery. It looked like Stanley had the edge on that ball.
14-year playing career. Pro Bowler with the Patriots in 07. Handoff. Henry. 4-yard gain as he will just punish a defense. 2nd and 6 for the Titans. We'll hit the 6-minute mark of the third. Tannehill to the end zone. Jonnu Smith couldn't hold on, and it's incomplete. The linebacker L.J. Fort in coverage for Baltimore. Play clock winding down on a 3rd and 6 for Tennessee. Shotgun. Tannehill gets rid of it quickly. Brown, the catch and curl for a first down. First and goal. Give it to Henry. And he's dropped before getting to the end zone. Pierce and Josh Bynes. 2nd and goal. Give it to Henry. And Humphrey rides him to the sideline. He would not give up that corner. Some help from Chuck Clark, and now it's 3rd and goal for Tennessee. Shotgun for Tannehill. Tannehill fakes the pitch. Tannehill, second effort, touchdown on a dive to the end zone. And the Titans are pouring it on here in Baltimore.
Let's fucking go.
College days at Texas A&M. Watch the block by 64 right there on Fort. Enough to get Tannehill the yard he needed for the touchdown. Ravens obviously looking for the pitch to Derrick Henry. The fake there freezes the outside. The block by Davis. The score by Tannehill.
The Tennessee Titans have scored 14 points over the last 2 minutes and 38 seconds. 6-seeded Packers beat the #1 seed Atlanta Falcons in the NFC. Cares Foundation, which focuses on educational enrichment and physical fitness for youth. This year's winner will be announced at NFL Honors, hosted by Steve Harvey. Then 2 points and a loss to Cleveland back in week 4. 4-yard pickup, now 2nd and 6. Oh, big hit. And a flag thrown as Hill somehow holds on to it.
But he hit him with a shoulder against the shoulder.
Well, we're going to get the call.
Prior to the pass, illegal contact, defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down. 54.
More from the 34, under 4 minutes to go in the third. Rushes on, and that pass is dropped by Mark Ingram.
I feel that they just want to break this thing.
This team is used to scoring a lot of points, over 33 per game, as Jackson takes it to the sideline, and he's marked out of bounds at the 40-yard games, and they were playing at a very high level. They just were not allowing touchdowns. Jackson delivers downfield to Boykin for a first down into Tennessee territory.
Time to throw because the Titans are playing so much zone.
Jackson again. And he hits Mark Andrews. Jackson, not much of a rush. And it glances off his receiver, Willie Snead. On 2nd down, Jackson hits Willie Snead, who gets tackled immediately after the grab. But the last player to win the MVP award, the rest of the crew will be on hand. Winner there will meet the winner of this one. Stepping in for the interception, Kenny Vaccaro. And the Titans come up with another turnover. It's a Titan title.
Now Vaccaro only had 1 pick all year, and he reads this route, trying to get the ball to Miles Boykin on the outside. And another fingertip catch by a Titan, and another turnover by the Ravens.
Vaccaro is ruled down as Boykin touched him 3 turnovers. 28-6, Tennessee. Handoff, Henry. Derrick Henry. Stiff arm by Henry. And so methodical in how he does it. And he's doing it against one of the best units in the NFL. The Ravens ranked 4th in total defense. Henry again. We are under a minute to go in this third quarter as Pecco makes that tackle for Baltimore. Handoff to Henry. And he's crowded at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Owasso, dominant running day. Tannehill timely passes. And that's incomplete. Tannehill was hit by Jalen Ferguson as he released it. Brett Kern to punt it. Try to place it in the corner. And this one will sail out of bounds, so we'll see where they mark it down that sideline. Win. Tonight has been a serious struggle for this Baltimore offense. Jackson gets to the outside and decelerates as he gets out of bounds after the gain of 11 on the ground.
Plan for Dean Pease absolutely working perfectly for this Titan defense.
Ravens moving quickly here. Toss to Justice Hill, and he darts out of bounds. Logan Ryan, both sides of the ball. A jump on the right side of the Tennessee defensive line, trying to get the advantage. Did Ronnie Stanley coax Harold Landry?
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 58. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
And it's Landry.
And it's to get into the playoffs. He discovered that there were plenty of guys on the team on the same page with him.
Jackson. And it's too far for the speedy Hayden Hurst. Watched both AFC wildcard games and it pumped me up. I wanted to run out onto the field and play that night. Jackson stops. Incredible what Lamar Jackson can do when he gets into a crowd making players miss. 114 yards for Jackson. First down toss underneath, and that's going to be no gain for Mark Andrews. Didn't fully huddle, 2nd and 10. Jackson to a spot. Good hands by Boykin. 3rd and 1 for the Ravens. Fake the handoff. Jackson will get the first down.
That brief huddle, precious seconds.
Jackson, the soft toss to Ingram. And it took 2 Titans to bring him down, led by Wesley Woodyard.
This is a full game. The composure part was so important to him, to his message to the guys.
And on a 2nd and 1, Willie Snead with the catch to move the chains.
Anywhere near Lamar Jackson.
Jackson, end zone, touchdown, Hayden Hurst. Ravens trying to climb back into it.
That gets by Vaccaro here, and then the adjustment to the ball thrown a little bit high and a little bit behind him. Great effort there by Hurst. Protection is there for Jackson, and a smart throw to put it up high to a receiver who's 6'4".
And Ravens are going to go for 2 here. Jackson spin and throw. Popped up in the air and then knocked away. Boykin could not secure it.
A little anxious.
Obviously it shows Baltimore's hand. And they'll try it again. Caught at the 10. And Khalif Raymond brought down short of the 20. This one, we don't advance. If you don't advance, there is no Super Bowl. Derrick Henry just keeps getting better. And it's a 2nd and 2 for Tennessee. And Henry is stopped. 3rd and 1 for Tennessee. Tannehill comfortable with a quarterback sneak. And it's changed everything. And it's been a renaissance for him. Tannehill on the move. And Tannehill goes down along the sideline.
And got down before going out of bounds.
2nd and 1 for Tennessee. Henry gets hit hard. Henry had 182 yards on the ground last week against the New England defense. He has topped it here tonight against the Baltimore D.
And Baltimore's got to use a timeout, and John Harbaugh does just that.
186 tonight. Second down and 7 for Tennessee. Jump cut by Henry. Not a whole lot there. For Tennessee. Handoff. And Henry is brought down.
Now, Matthew Judon made a great.
They got close. Kern gets rid of it. And it's coming out to happening in the AFC. The 1 seed Baltimore, the 2 seed Kansas City. Chiefs still have to try to take care of business tomorrow against Houston here on CBS. Jackson buys time. And he tosses it away.
Having them down now by 16.
Jackson's pass is incomplete. Mark Andrews, the intended target. Tennessee had 30 players. Baltimore beat Tennessee in 2018 regular season meeting in October, 21-0. Ravens had a franchise record 11 sacks that day. Willie Snead with the catch.
And then right to the line of scrimmage smartly.
Under 6 minutes to play now. Jackson with a high throw handled by Brown. He's quickly wrapped up by Logan Ryan. Territory just inside the 48-yard line. 5.5 to play on a 2nd and 3. Nice move by Brown to get extra yards.
Went for 38. They really have not been able to get him deep down the field. And we've got a false start here.
False start. Offense number 73. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
And it's the veteran Marshall Yonda's offensive line since coming into the league in 2007. Jackson makes his move upfield, making players miss and then working it to the sideline out of bounds. Yards in a game. Jackson. Hurst wasn't looking. Timing was off. He's trying to make this more interesting. Jackson out of the pocket. Fakes the throw. And he's out of bounds. At least not so far tonight. 3rd and 5. Jackson spins. Looks downfield. Jackson still roaming, and he chucks it away. And this is your ball game right now. Jackson on 4th down. Broken up. Mark Andrews, the intended target, and it's Crookshank for Tennessee. 4:27 to play in the 4th. Give is to Henry. Hit from behind and picks up a yard. When we asked Henry about last week, he said, we expected to win. And while everybody else was surprised about the result in New England, the Titans expected to win.
School.
That's run happy for Tennessee and just overall happy. You know who else might be happy? Brett Kern to punt it. Under 3 minutes to play. Trying to keep it away from DeAnthony Thomas, and he does exactly that.
Having faced Lamar Jackson tonight, but also Deshaun Watson a couple times in the last month or so, really had to help with the preparation. And then you have Marcus Mariota in practice.
Yeah, Vrabel said Mariota obviously gave him a great look. You know, hard to simulate what Lamar Jackson position battles. And Mariota might find himself a situation like Ryan Tannehill found coming to Tennessee.
Finding the right system is so critical. False start.
False start. Offense number 83. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
It's Willie Snead.
When you go up against a team that's hot and very confident, that rust is amplified.
Short toss, Justice Hill. Slammed down on the play by Vaccaro and became the story in the NFL. 14-2 record, best in franchise history. First time they've ever been the top seed, and it has been a strange role.
And his defensive staff a lot of credit.
Now under 2 minutes left. Jackson downfield, incomplete. When necessary, and 3 turnovers. Stubbed their toe time and time again. Marquise Brown with the catch. 17 yards.
They gut it out in the second half, but that really affected their rushing attack.
Yeah, no doubt. Jackson breaks away and gets hit down low against the Patriots last week. Landry had 9 sacks during the regular season. Jackson skies it, incomplete. And the memories of a year ago and the postseason, to make sure your players are healthy, no reason to put them in a situation. The Pittsburgh Steelers were trying to stay alive. Ball gets knocked away on the pass by Jackson. But
Texans and the Chiefs after what we've seen tonight.
They have to. Jackson on 4th and 11. And that'll do it. Off the hands of Miles Boykin. The last 2. And they pulled off a stunner tonight. Have to go back to the 2002 playoffs, the last time the Tennessee Titans were in the conference championship. An incredible story being written by the Tennessee Titans. They upset the Baltimore Ravens and advance to the AFC Championship game. The number 1 seed is out in the AFC. The Titans come into Baltimore and they get it done against the Ravens. 28-12, your final.